What's up, guys? Fight Talk here with Jimmy Dukes here at Warriors Lair. It looks like a lair right now, how dim it is and stuff, but we're here with MGG. We can change that later. But what's up, man? How are you?
Good. How are you, Jimmy?
Good, brother. I appreciate you making some time to talk to you. I mean, I've briefly seen you around when I get to talk to fighters finally, because we all see each other. Hey, what's up? We see each other and support each other from afar. But I didn't know what your name was, but I've seen you many times here training. But you got a fight coming up, man. What's up with that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got a fight coming up this Saturday in Albuquerque, Fight World 41. You know, ready for it, ready as I can be.
Nice. You know, I was kind of briefly talking to you, just getting to know you a little bit. 21, background in wrestling, you got jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I'm starting to meet a lot more people like you. Do you feel like that's just like, if you don't have XYZ right off the bat, it's just kind of like tough to get in this sport?
Yeah, you know, especially the grappling, especially nowadays, you know, with the Islams and whatnot. You know, a lot of people start off wrestling, so a lot of people start off with jiu-jitsu and the grappling. And if you don't have that, then it's kind of like...
It's tough.
Yeah.
I've seen that many times at fights, especially for like amateur guys going 0-0, 1-0. They meet that wrestler, and we were just kind of joking about it. Like you have a black belt at your pro fight, you know what I mean? The same thing for amateur. You can have a legit wrestler who's never thrown a punch hold you down.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I've seen when you have that jiu-jitsu and you're used to being on your back, that wrestler like is in trouble with his neck and his arm a lot because they're not used to being in those situations. Do you feel like your grappling history has helped you, you know, kind of have that opportunity to learn a stand-up game because you feel comfortable on the floor already?
Of course, yeah. You know, I started with jiu-jitsu. You know, so I was already used to being on my back, you know, learning pressure, passing and whatnot. And then I went into high school wrestling and then learning that, you know, it helped a lot.
Yeah.
So,
you know, what made you want to sign up for a fight? I mean, you seem like a chill guy. You got a family. I'm sure you have things going on. Like, I always like to ask guys why, because a lot of guys that I'm getting to meet, you know, they think they want to fight and then they start realizing, like, oh, this is a lot tougher. And I respect coaches and gyms that they don't let just any guy represent their team. You know, so talk about you wanting to fight. Like, what's the reason behind it?
It's something that I've always wanted to do. You know, was never given the opportunity, you know, because of life and whatnot. But, you know, the moment I came here to Warriors Lair, just putting in the hard work, and then, you know, Coach LA found, you know, that I had it, you know, to go do a fight. And he gave me that opportunity, and, you know, I'm just blessed for that.
Nice. I like that you said that because I've gotten to know Lamar over the past year, almost 2 years now that I've gotten to know him. I used to always tell him, like, why don't you let this guy fight or whatever? He's like, they're not ready. But now being around you guys and being around, you know, different events and, you know, types of people, it's a tough sport. So I always trip out when I tell people, like, why are you fighting? You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck are you fighting? You know what I mean? I like hearing that too. Is it more just like a challenging thing? Because in your head, you're like, I have the skill set. I've been wanting to do it. Now I'm in the perfect opportunity to do it. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And, you know, I've always loved the hard work and the challenge and, you know, brought both of them together, and it's the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, I like how you were saying, man, I didn't have time, you know. I didn't have the opportunity. Man, you're 21 years old. Get the hell out of here. You have the rest of your life to do shit. But it's cool that that you want to do this now, and you're able to test yourself, and, you know, right off the bat, and talk about fighting in Albuquerque as your first fight. You know, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? You know, what do you take it as?
You know, we're going to enemy territory. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, El Paso is coming up. You know, we're going everywhere. We just had somebody come from Milwaukee. You know. And Albuquerque, you know, is one of the biggest fighting cities that there is. And, you know, it's a great place to put your name out there and to show all your work, all your hard work out there for all the fans to see.
Yeah, man. I love hearing that, too. Yeah, Fight World is a legitimate promotion that's been around forever. Talk about the benefits of having, you know, Lamar in your corner and kind of guiding you, because he's fought before. He's been around the fight game. He's seen thousands of fighters. You know, talk about the benefits of having a guy like that in your corner.
First off, the experience. The experience is, you know, is there. You know, and the way he talks to you, he's going to keep it real.
Oh, sure, he'll keep it real.
He'll keep it real. He'll definitely keep it
That's
But,
why I like that's our Northeast in us, dog.
yeah, he'll keep it real, but he'll also reassure you at the same time. He'll be like, look, you got your ass whooped, but this is what we're going to do, and
Nice.
this is what we're going to do to get the win.
Yeah. Dang. So, do you feel like this is a career path for you? You've been training since you were young, training, but now you're getting into the fight game. Is this something you see yourself doing?
Most definitely. Not anytime soon, only because I'm in the Army.
Okay.
That's being my first thing. Until my
Okay.
contract's over, then, definitely get it. Yeah.
See, what the hell? You got a lot going on. And see, that's what always trips me out.
Yeah.
And I respect that because a lot of people don't know. And these are the conversations I like having with people. I like to let people know, like, hey, this guy has a lot of good things going on for him. And he's still up there half naked in a damn cage fighting. And you're over here, get up. Boo. Like, I hate people like that. And I respect the willingness to put yourself in a situation to be vulnerable and be like, damn, I thought I wanted to do this. I got my ass kicked. Or look, all the hard work and everything I've been doing has paid off. Is that how you feel?
Exactly how I feel. You hit it right on the nail. It's hard. You got to balance the work life. You got to balance this. But, once you find that happy medium,
Yeah.
everything just flows.
What do your friends and family say? When you're like, what? You're fighting? Like,
Yeah,
talk
they were
about that.
like, "What? You're fighting?" Like, yeah. They were very supportive. Then that's the big thing for me. And the wife unfortunately can't be there, but she's very supportive. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna go train? Cool, go ahead."
Yeah, I like how you said that because that's one thing that a lot of guys and girls don't have, unfortunately, just that support system at home. I mean, the support system at the gym is great, but, when you go home, you're still home. You might be alone or might not have people, understand what you got going on. Talk about the family support and from your wife and just knowing like, damn, like you are in a perfect situation.
Yeah, so my wife, she's super supportive, She's like, "You're going to go train? Go train." She understands, like, you have a fight. It's a big thing. Go do what you got to do, And she knows that when I come home from work, I'm tired. The whole support system, it's there.
Yeah. And that's good because I hear a lot of stories, unfortunately, like, oh, my girlfriend, my wife, you're always training, you're always doing this. And, it's tough. And I don't know everybody's certain situations. And I'm not saying they're in the right or in the wrong, but that's another layer of something you have to deal with. And I'm glad that you don't because it lets you be more clear. But I've met some guys that just like they have so much chaos at home that they use that chaos in the cage, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, them gonna be fighting.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, this is my release. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I respect that too, man. With all that being said, man, before we get out of here, any last words? Anything you want to say, brother?
Yeah, for our teammate that unfortunately wasn't able to go, he had to pull out last minute. We're praying for you, brother. Thank you for pushing us during camp. He put a lot of hard work in, but unfortunately, he couldn't come out there, and family comes first always.
Of course. I love how you said that, and shout out to Javi and his family, and wish their best, and prayers that way for a serious situation. We don't have to get into it, but I'm excited for you, man. Fight World 41 going down Albuquerque at the Revel. I'll be there cage side, man.
Yes, sir.
And you know what I mean? I'm excited for you to make that walk, and I respect a lot of, every time I meet fighters going into the first fight, I respect that you're signing up for a fight. I respect the fact you're going to make that walk, and I wish you the best, brother.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Thank you so much for your time. Keep up with us. Fight Talk with Jimmy Dukes here on the Jimmy Dukes Rodriguez YouTube. We're talking to all types of content, athletes and coaches and promotions in the Southwest. Until next time, we'll see you guys at the fights. Peace.